Hi guys and gals, it's John and Jazz from AFK Books and Records in beautiful Virginia Beach, Virginia, but not at AFK Books and Records. We're here at the home of Casa De Jazz because the roads are just way too icy and we could not make it out today. So for safety reasons, we decided to stay home. Sadly, Emily is off in another icebound palace. So we still have new releases to talk about. So I'm gonna do that from right here with Jazz in front of the roaring fireplace and the 12 inches of snow that are outside this window right here. Normally I would be wearing a red smoking jacket for an occasion like this, but I do not smoke and I do not have a red smoking jacket. But this is actually what I wear at home. I know you guys see me in t-shirts all the time. I'm actually very formal at home. I'm usually always in a suit. This is a little casual actually, so I just wanted you to see me in my element. So let's get on to the new releases. Here we go. The first new release is Asteroid Number 4, Several Shapes of Solar Flares, known for their atmospheric soundscapes, evocative lyrics, prolific discography of reverb-drenched recordings, and guitar-driven, liquid-projected live performances. They're often categorized as neo-psychedelic or shoegaze. We've got a pretty limited pink and black variant for you. Thanks for the recommendation, Tom. We appreciate it. All right, next up we got Sam Fender, People Watching, hailing from Northeast England. He's a British songwriter with a penchant for euphoric, hard-hitting guitar anthems. If his last album was a coming-of-age album, this is his next step. Colorful stories and observations of everyday characters living their everyday but often extraordinary lives on Blue Yoke Indie exclusive wax. Next up, Melody Gardot, The Absence. As a testament to her evolution as a musician, it blends elements of jazz, blues, Latin, and world music to create a rich and immersive listening experience. She weaves together intricate melodies, hey, there you go, and poignant lyrics that speak to the complexities of love, loss, and longing. With her signature velvety voice and masterful instrumentation, she'll transport you to distant lands. Beam me up, Melody. Next up, Dexter Gordon, Our Man in Paris. This 1963 album was his first dispatch from Europe and is also symbolically considered to be the last bebop album. The saxophonist assembled a quartet with bebop legends and fellow expats, Bud Powell on piano, Kenny Clarke on drums, along with the French bassist Pierre Michelot to record this all-time classic. This Blue Note Classic Vinyl Edition is stereo, all analog, mastered by Kevin Gray from the original master tapes and pressed on 180 gram vinyl at Optimal. Next up, we got Patterson Hood, Exploding Trees and Airplane Screams. That does not sound good, although we heard some exploding trees out there. Lots of ice and branches falling. It's kind of scary. The Troubadour hails from jazz's birthplace, Muscle Shoals, Alabama. This, his first solo record in over a decade, was born out of a friendship with producer Chris Funk of the Decemberists. The pair would often perform together for fun and during Hood's solo tours, making far-off plans to make a record together. Well, they finally did it. Many of the songs were composed on piano, marking a bigger departure from his work with the Drive-By Truckers than prior solo efforts. It has guest appearances from Waxahachie, Wednesday, and Lydia Lovelace. Solid. Next up, we got Tate McRae, So Close to What? The third studio album from the Canadian pop star represents the journey of growing up when the road ahead feels infinite and the destination increasingly elusive. She's allegedly a huge hockey fan, which probably explains the cover image where she can clearly be seen attempting to block a hockey puck. Get some gear, girl. Yeah, man, that just looks rough. Next up, The Murder Capital, Blindness, the vividly realized, clear-sightedly ambitious new album from the Irish rock band. It's the sound of a band firing on all cylinders. It bristles with energy and yet still remains intimate, like this setting right here. 11 songs that don't hang about in terms of grabbing the listener. And I mean, me personally, I hate it when songs just hang out and don't grab me. This album will grab you, but not in a creepy way, on indie exclusive gold. Next up, the Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band, Honeysuckle. The Reverend wants you to know that this record is a bit of return to my roots, a very personal mix of old and new songs that shaped me or that I'm currently shaping. It's the most acoustic record we've made in years, vintage microphones, vintage guitars, vintage recording gear, and a lot of me and my national guitar. There's a smattering of Big Damn Band thrown in to spice things up, and a short list of legends that I've always dreamed of collabing with. Cool, and it's under $20. Thank you, Reverend. That's really cool to have anything under $20. Sonny Rollins, Volume 1. After his first Blue Note appearance with Bud Powell in 1949, the saxophonist returned to make his label debut as a leader in 1956. Volume 1 was classic Rollins with hard-swinging originals plus a tender ballad that showcased his robust sound and limitless improvisational creativity. Features a killer quintet including Donald Byrd, Wynton Kelly, Gene Ramey, and Max Roach. This Blue Note classic vinyl edition is mono, all analog, mastered by Kevin Gray from the original master tapes and pressed on 180-gram vinyl at Optimal. Silverstein, Anti-Bloom. The post-hardcore giants are celebrating 25 years as a band. Last year, they headed to Joshua Tree to fully indulge themselves in the solitude of the desert and began solo studio work. Anti-Bloom is the reference to the desert, the empty vastness, the harshness, something we experienced while making the record, the lead singer said. This is not a concept record. The concept was making a record in this space. And while the lyric songs are not directly connected in any shape or form, the concept of death or morality does appear a lot. Actually, mortality, which, this is on Desert Rose color vinyl or shiny CD. Last but not least, Young Thug, Slime Season. We've got 1, 2, and 3. Slime Season was his 7th self-release mixtape, originally released in 2015. It features production from a range of artists, including London on the Track, Metro Boomin, Ricky Rax, Wheezy, and Wonder Girl, and guest appearances from Migos, Gucci Mane, Pee Wee Longway, and Lil Wayne. Wow, that's pretty solid. Slime Season 2 was his 8th self-release mixtape, released later that year, which compiled mostly leaked and unreleased material dating back at least a year. Slime Season 3 was released in 2016. Fun fact, in 2017, he donated all proceeds of a sold-out concert to Planned Parenthood, stating on Twitter that, "I was a teenage parent. Planned plus unplanned parenthood is beautiful." Given that he reportedly has 6 children by 4 women, Thug is definitely qualified to make that statement. Thank you, Thug. So that's what we've got. Jazz has fallen asleep. You'll see why, because we don't have anything to show you, although there's probably like hundreds of records on trucks right now rolling into AFK, just dodging the ice and people going 60 miles an hour when they should be going 30. But hopefully all that stuff will show up tomorrow. We'll show you that tomorrow. Tonight, I'm just gonna show you Jazz having fun on the beach, doing what she does best. And you know, she's like 77 in dog years, so to see her running around like this, it should give us all hope. Have a great weekend, guys. Come see us. We'll be in tomorrow. Just hit the socials and see when we'll be ready for you. Take care. Bye.